Hello, I'm Dr. Angelica Underwood, and I am so glad to connect with you and other successful entrepreneurs who share their expert profit secrets. My goal is to answer your questions that you have, and I am here to connect you with experts that have answers that you have been searching for. I try to create a dialogue during my live stream shows and radio shows so that I can bring those golden nuggets that you have been searching for. Um, Today, I have an amazing expert with me, and I do want to share some of these other experts that I've been connecting with. And if you give me a second, I will share them with you. As I mentioned to you before, I really connect with top experts, uh, such as I have Arena Baker, Leslie Johnson, Sahar Nafal Gordiha, Jerry Eddington, Nora Dykema, Susan Joan Rini. And today I am going to be talking to Sheldon Cahoon. Where our topic is every goal begins with a vision, creating successful kids. So with me, like I said, I have Sheldon. Sheldon, are you there? Let me just check and see if he's with us. Sheldon, I know you're on. But Sheldon, let me just tell you a little bit about Sheldon while he connects with us. But Sheldon is an entrepreneur with a passion and purpose to understand the mind of individuals. He has developed a devotion much on his adult life towards helping others increase their human potential. And Sheldon began his journey into the world of personal development about when he connected with Mr. Bob Proctor in 1997. And upon hearing the words from Mr. Proctor, the 1% of all people in the world earn about 96% of all the money and have for centuries. And Sheldon set forth with this unstoppable enthusiasm towards understanding why and how that 1% thinking. So today Sheldon has a successful career in web development and has served in industries for about the past 16 years. And today he uses his skills and resources to fulfill his passion towards personal growth. Okay. For some reason, I can't see you, Sheldon. If you can connect with the webinar link that I sent you, I might be able to see you. I'm not sure why I'm not seeing you on my screen, but I'm supposed to see you on the webcam. I don't know if you logged in as a participant. Yes. Let me resend you the link, Sheldon, so that you can connect using this link and our viewers can actually see you on our screen. Let me see. I am sending it to you through the email because the link you connected, that's for our participants, and I would love for our participants to see you live. Give me a second, Sheldon, and I am going to forward it to you. Check your email. And while you're connecting, I will continue talking to our audience, and then we will bring you on our show right here. So hopefully those of you that are online and you're watching this webinar, we always have little technical issues here and there once in a while, and I am sure you understand how things work. But Sheldon, I went ahead and sent you the link so you can actually be on the webinar and be able to listen and participate with me and our viewers here. So again, I'm going to show you a picture of Sheldon. He is right here, and I would love for you to view him. And then when he joins us, here he is. That's Sheldon. So, and here he is again. So, and maybe we can see Sheldon in a little bit. But for those of you that are out there, basically the whole message about us connecting with you and about our topic today is every goal begins with a vision. And while Sheldon is connecting with us, for those of you that understand or maybe you're not so familiar with how the brain functions, 98% of all the information begins with visuals, and we're able to create things by seeing things. So it's important that we really get that piece, that our brain, all the time you tell someone a word or you're having some type of discussion, they're actually visualizing what you're saying. And we have Sheldon on. Yay, Sheldon, thank you for joining. Can you hear me? For some reason, I can't hear you now, Sheldon, so maybe if you can, I don't know what we need to do there, but I'll give you a minute and see if you can connect. You're logged in right now. I can see you. Mm-hmm. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Great.
Beautiful.
Very good. Okay, thank you for having me on the show. This is a real pleasure. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. And you know, I introduced you already, and so we might want to get started with maybe telling the audience a little bit more about your passion, because we're going to be talking about creating, beginning with creating goals, but being able to visualize them and helping kids visualizing those goals. So do you want to start there?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that I've learned and have actually really applied principles to my life is understanding visualization. It's such an important aspect to accomplishing goals, accomplishing things in our lives. And you know, one thing, as you mentioned earlier, Mr. Bob Proctor, he was obviously a very big influence on me, and brought this realization to me that everything that we've always accomplished, we've always visualized, we've always imagined it in our mind first. And you know, one of his favorite sayings is "See it in your mind, and you'll hold it in your hand." I've always loved that. I think it's so important. And you know, it's really brought me to where I am today in terms of the success I've had and the beliefs I have and the people I've managed to attract into my life. And you know, it's been an amazing journey since meeting him.
Go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to talk a little about where we are today and this kids program and the things that we've done with that. The program started in 2010. It actually at a Bob Proctor seminar, and I was approached to help in the web development side of it, the web launching and the creation of that interface to launch this out to the world. And we were so blessed to have a lady by the name of Gina Hayden, who happens to be the personal assistant to Bob Proctor. She has written the program for us, and it is just genius. And it's based on three main aspects: goals, confidence, and understanding your environment. And understanding your environment is more about the people and the influences in your life and who you choose to allow to influence you to, you know, do what you do in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the main thing is the beginning, is basically where I'd like to begin with this, is really about visualization. You know, how
and
we
I
see
think,
things.
yeah, I think that, you know, because we have a lot of audience out there that they do understand visualization, but we have a lot that don't understand why it's important to visualize and the power of visualization. So maybe if you want to start there to introduce that concept to our parents, teachers, and even youth that are probably watching this or maybe watching this.
Right. Okay. Well, to keep it simple, if you imagine, if I say the word giraffe, you don't start spelling the word giraffe. You see this long-necked animal. If I say banana, you don't start spelling it. You visualize it. You see it. So generally, as human beings, we see and we understand things in terms of images, pictures, images in our mind. And another really interesting point I had brought to me is the word imagination. As we imagine things, the first part of that word is image. So it's all about the visualization of things that we want in our life, and just day-to-day general functioning, the way we function. So if you want a goal, if a child, say, wants a new bike, and he wants, or she sees this bike in their mind, I would highly suggest that what they do is, say, they go down to the bike store and they sit on the bike that they want, and they get mom or dad or brother or sister to take a picture of them on that bike, and you watch that picture. You see that picture every day, and eventually that bike will be under you. And so it's really interesting how how they say in the movie The Secret, they talk about how we visualize things and we really get emotionally attached to it, in terms of how we feel, those feelings, things we tend to feel, we attract into our lives. And it's really about the action that you need to take towards the goal as well. So where goal setting in our program came to pass, like this is sort of the formula we use, is not only do you have to visualize things, but you have to get emotionally involved in the visualization of it as well. And when you do that, you will attract these things into your life. So that's a really important thing, is seeing the image in your mind.
Right. And I would love to share that. In 1987, I had this calendar and there was these chairs, a dining room. And I saw the calendar, I saw that dining room set, and I love the chairs, and I kept it and I put it aside and I said, one day I'm going to buy these chairs or this dining room set. I completely forgot about it. But I had saved that calendar, and then maybe about 5 years I found it, and I was, throwing things away, and I saw the calendar, and guess what? I bought that dining room set.
There you go.
That I had forgotten that I really, really loved, and I have the dining room set for the dining room and then for the breakfast area, and the chairs are exactly the same. So that's the power of visualization.
Absolutely, and another thing, in terms of visualization, I guess it kind of skips ahead in our program, but I'd like to emphasize that is, when you visualize something, write it down. For the kids out there, draw it, illustrate it, draw that picture, and get emotionally involved in that picture, and see yourself, believe and feel yourself having that thing that you want. And it could be a goal like being a football player, baseball player, hockey player. It really doesn't matter. It's that getting emotionally involved in the vision of actually accomplishing that. That said, I would actually I'd like to share a story that I told you the other day, Dr. Underwood. I actually let my sister use this program, and her, at the time, 8-year-old son, who is he's a very talented little hockey player, young hockey player, and he's being watched quite closely by a few, junior coaches and things like that. And anyway, he's doing very well. And so I actually let my sister use the program with him, and she calls me up and she says, Sheldon, she goes, what did you do with that program? Like, what is this about? And I laughed, and I says, oh, am I in trouble here? And she says, I can't get him to get off that program to go to bed. And so I said, well, what's going on? And he says he wanted to keep this quiet, but I'm just going to share it anyway. His vision, his goal is to be an NHL hockey player. And he's got it down to the team he wants to be on, the position he wants to play in, everything. Within 48 hours of him applying that goal and writing that goal down, he was introduced out of nowhere. He was at a hockey practice, and a gentleman walked up to him, who is he's a coach for a specialty coach for NHL hockey players, and walked up to Graydon. He took him aside and spent about an hour with him explaining out of nowhere how to get to the NHL and be an NHL hockey player.
Wow.
So, yes, and so I thought that was pretty amazing. So
it is. Yeah. It's amazing. I mean, I practice this with my kids, and my son, who's 20 years old, he wanted to start jiu-jitsu and had no idea. And I had told you it was a year ago, but it's been 2 years. It was like, you have to see yourself being successful. So you see him standing on the chair and putting medals on him and raising his hands, pretending that he won first place. And he makes us laugh, and it is funny through the whole process, but it's enjoying the whole moment, visualizing, and then actually he would see a lot of plays and visually see different techniques and being able to practice them immediately. So with that, I want to share the PowerPoint that I created here for us, and at the same time you can keep talking. But talk to us about goals. I mean, why is the relationship of visualization and goal setting so important?
Oh, that's a really great question. If you really want to accomplish something, and you can do anything. You can have anything, be anything you want. Please, don't put any limits on anything. And it's really important that when you set a goal, and this is one of the discoveries we made in creating this program, was that in schools, generally speaking, there's really no goals per se program. I mean, they set times and things like that to get accomplish assignments and things like that, but there's no real set goals program and how that actually works. So we came up with this formula, and through the brilliance of Gina Hayden, it's just unbelievable what she has done. The visualization and goals together, like a goal is it's a great thing to have, but you have to have an action plan attached to it. So you need to write down the date of the accomplishment of the goal. You need to decide that goal is going to happen no matter what, and if it doesn't happen by that date, then it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It's just a matter of having that willingness and that passion and that feeling to accomplish that. So setting goals is a really important thing, but having a date, having an action plan attached to it it's everything. It's all a part of it. So then the next phase or a portion of the program is about confidence, and it talks about we're not always going to get it the first time. We might not get it. Edison, I mean, he tried that light bulb thing 10,000 times before he got it. So here we are, right? And so, we've all got lights around the world, and the Wright brothers, I mean, their vision was to fly, but they didn't get it the first time. So confidence in that vision, and just always staying with the belief that is going to come to form. It's really, really important to believe in yourself and believe. Yeah, so the confidence section is a really well illustrated video-based section of our program, and every section of the program, like there's the goals section, there's confidence and the environment. There's a follow-up, really fun, really well illustrated workbook for both parents and for children to illustrate and write down their goals, and between each one, so they can stay sort of in check with it, okay, in check with the whole program. So confidence it's really about understanding that you may not get it the first time, you might not get it the 10th time, but if you persist and you believe, you will eventually get it. Mm-hmm. The third area of the program is about environment, and in my personal opinion, I believe this is very much possibly the most important one. The visualization part of it is it's very important, but the influence and the people in your lives and that basically give you advice and this sort of thing. I mean, they're highly influential to whether or not they can do it or not, and whether or not you can accomplish your goal. I've always said that somebody, although they're giving you advice or they're saying that you can or cannot do something, it's really often depends greatly on their belief, on their experiences. And if someone tells you that you cannot do something, I think what I would recommend that you do is just go, okay, but realize that they are only telling you what they can't do. So doesn't mean that you can't do it. They've just told you what their limitations are. So if that said, your environment is something that is really important, that you surround yourself with, and you have that ability to do that, people that support you, people that really want to see you succeed. And it could be a friend, a family, a teacher, a mentor in the community. Pick and choose. You can do that. Pick and choose who is going to support you, who is going to allow you that freedom to want to get to that goal, and whether or not they believe you can do it or not, they're supporting you. So that's really important. That's a tremendously important aspect.
Absolutely. And that piece that you just shared about the environment, it's a big piece to be able to understand, especially parents. I mean, when you look at the Maslow hierarchy of needs, the environment is the low one. I mean, we need to ensure that we're safe, that we have the food, that we have all the needs to be able to survive, and then being able to belong, and then being able to create and connect with Sheldon so that he can help your kids be able to create those goals. Because when you look at what it's Zig Ziglar says, and I'm going to put it up. I had it up, and then I couldn't connect with you. Yeah. Huh? No.
That's not Zig Ziglar.
No, but basically what he says is that when we have a positive input, we have a positive output. And when we have a negative input, then we're going to have those negative outputs as well. So you were talking about setting things in the environment, putting things up, so that our kids can actually visualize and see and be able to connect with their goals and their vision. One of the things that also Troy Dunn says in the book Young Bucks, How to Raise a Future Millionaire, he actually says, if you have a football player or a child that wants to be in football, I'm not saying that that's what you want for your kids, but if you do, then you would put images that represent football, images of football, of success, what it looks like. And then I also want to share that, I'm going to go back to my son because he said something beautiful, and I'm going to put it up here so you guys can actually see him. He said that, Mom, it's not about that success, the outcome, because many times you get to the outcome. Can you guys see him? Can you see him, Sheldon, or no?
Just hang on a second. I've just got to.
There. I think you could see him, right?
Oh, yes. Yes, I can.
Yeah. Okay. He says it's not about the outcome because the outcome comes in milliseconds. He's like, it's there, Mom, and then you kind of forget sometimes to celebrate it, but it's about being able to enjoy the whole process, enjoying the moment of preparing and finding success in every moment. I love my son, and I had to share that because it is important that we help our children understand that it's not about that moment of success because it comes by so fast, fast. But it's being
absolutely.
able to enjoy the process and teaching them how to get there.
Well, and that's one just observation I'd like to make there is I don't know if you know much about jiu-jitsu, but you certainly know about giving that support for your son to get onto the podium there, and that's a difficult thing to do that he's done. I have some experience in that myself, and that's a big accomplishment right there. So congratulations to him. That's fabulous. That's great.
Yeah, both of them are. I have to also talk about my Diego, 13-year-old, amazing kids. But anyways, just to give people a little sample of what vision boards look like, I'm going to put one up here. This is something I've created for myself. I created this like 5 years ago, and if you can see all these people talking to each other and a person in the center, I wanted to create a radio show, and here I am now. And I didn't have it
Excellent.
at that time. So, and then I wanted to create an online academy, and here I am creating it. So parents, if you're out there, create your visual boards because the brain thinks in images. And
absolutely.
And in order for you to help your kids see and create clarity in their minds, you have to help them by creating either opportunities for success, taking them and connecting them to people that have the same experience that they want to be exposed to, and connect with Sheldon because he has the program that's going to help you guide your kids and groom them to be successful. Anything else that you would like to share, Sheldon, that we probably left out, and it's very important for our listeners?
Well, one of the things I would like to do on this show is offer the first 11 people. I'd like to give away, and I like the number 11. It's a long story, but I'm giving away 11 copies of our program. It's an online streaming program, so all you have to do is send me an email, and the first 11 emails I get, you will get a copy of our program for free. And this, I believe that this is going to really, I'd love to hear the feedback, and it will be greatly, I'm sure it'll make a little difference in your life for sure. One more thing I wanted to mention too that's really exciting, and that is, well, first of all, I'll give you my email address, or you can just go to the website, my website. It's intuitivepurpose.com. It's a project I've recently launched, and it is taking off in such a massive way. It's really overwhelming, but so so amazing and such a privilege that to be connecting with so many amazing people. I recently was speaking with Gina, who is the personal assistant to Bob Proctor, and he's all for supporting this, and I've got some other just incredible people out there, just like you, Dr. Angelica, to help along with this. But please log on to the site. You'll see a form on the. You can go through our contact page, or you can simply you add yourself to our email list. There, it's just right on the homepage, and and I'll make sure you get a copy of that program to your email address. And I'd love to hear some feedback from that. That would be fantastic.
Absolutely. And we're also going to go ahead and post his link on the YouTube and our website and all the information on social media. So follow me on Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and on my Blog Talk radio show, Match Entrepreneurs, where I connect you with other successful entrepreneurs. But before we leave, you need to know that in order to help your child succeed, you need to begin to create and seed the entrepreneurial thinking. You need to be able to identify your child's business talents and interests in order to help them make the connection with those successful people that they might be looking for, or be able to create an environment like Sheldon was talking about, where you begin to help them create their reality and their dream turn into reality. And I mean, in simple terms, that's what you want to do. Also, like I said, all the information for Sheldon will be found below, so you can easily click below and be able to connect with him. And make sure that you tell him that Dr. Angelica Underwood referred you, and you heard it on this live stream show. And like I mentioned, I have other successful entrepreneurs, and I hope that you can join me, Sheldon, here in Fort Worth, or in Dallas, Texas, in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I'm going to be joining forces with David T. Fagan. He's the Icon Builder Media. So if you want to groom your child, this would be the place to bring yourself and so that we can network and we can create, we can help you create clarity on your goals and your dreams. I will also have all the information below so that you can register for this event, and it's called The Power and Art of Networking. It's October 24th and the 25th here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So if you want to network and really empower yourself, this is the event to come, and continue to connect with Sheldon.
Excellent. Well, I really want to get down there, so I will visualize that.
I'm visualizing myself too. So, but it is powerful, guys. Visualization is powerful. If you haven't done it, start today. Start today. And if you want more tips, connect with Sheldon, connect with me. On Facebook, we're there, and we have a powerful group where you can ask questions. That it's Match Entrepreneurs Network on Facebook. Do you want to give them yours, Sheldon?
Yeah, it's just sheldon.cahoon is facebook.com /sheldon.cahoon is me personally, and facebook.com/intuitive purpose is our page. So appreciate any likes there. We're getting a few, and it's great. So grateful for everything. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, again, I want to thank all of you who joined us today on this live stream call, because we want to help you create that entrepreneur thinking and help your child be successful in school and in life. Connect with Sheldon and connect with me, and I will see you next week. And you have an amazing day. Be weird, be different, so that you can step into you soon. I'll talk to you soon, Sheldon. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.